Hello and welcome back. Before we move to the DAO layer, there's one more thing that I want to talk about. So we have seen that how students page acts in two different ways. If we click directly on student, it lists all the students for that particular online course website. But if we come from the teachers page, it lists down only one student for a particular teacher. So how are we achieving this kind of scenario? So let's have a look at both of them. So number one, when we click on just students page, we see on the top the link that we are clicking, or at the very bottom, if you see at the bottom of the Chrome page over here, when we hover on the students, we see that /students is what is getting called. So when we go to the student controller, we find that this is the URL, the request mapping for /students, and it is sending it to students page with a model attribute of students map. So there is just one attribute available to the model when we are going to /students. So let's open the students.jsp page and find out. So we are seeing that if there is a particular attribute called teacher name, if it is not empty, then we are showing the teacher related section over here, and we are having another if condition that if the teacher name is empty, then show this particular line item over here. So that's actually which is causing this whole magic for us. So let's go back to our student controller. I'll close other items so we don't get confused. Okay, so student controller is passing only student maps and no teacher attribute over here. It's not passing the teacher name at all. So in the case when we are routing it through /student student controller request mapping, it is definitely not gonna find the teacher name, and it will treat it as empty, and it will list this particular h2 tag, which is list of all the students, and then it is trying to populate the student map using the iteration, and this is again the list group is from our bootstrap. So it is going to iterate over the student map, and it is going to list down all the values for the students in the student map. And now let's see the other scenario when we are coming through this link. So if we click this link, we see it is /teacher/1/students, which is not the student controller, because student controller is mapped to cache only /students. So in this case, we have /teacher/1/students, which is actually in the teacher controller, and /teacher/id/students, which is right here. So in this case, just to make sure you guys see it, teachers is over here, and /id and /students is here. So in this case, we are adding a teacher name, and we are also adding a student map. So if we go back to student, and we are sending it to students.jsp page, same as sending to students.jsp page. So both the controllers are sending it to students.jsp page. The only difference is that the teacher controller, parameterized mapping teacher controller, is adding an extra attribute called teacher name, and that teacher name is being tested on the JSP if it is present or not. If it is not present, then it is performing one logic. If it is present, then it is performing another piece of logic. Rest of the content on the page remains the same. I hope that made sense. If you have any questions, leave some comments below, and I will see you into the next video. Thanks for watching.